Well, good morning from Floridatown. This is Floridatown 40. And I just got finished uploading the birthday video for Dominic. Hope you enjoyed that. It was just kind of cute. And now it's time for me to start getting going on this gate. It's going in that opening right there behind me. So let me show you here. I kind of got it laid out where the front of the posts are going. So where these are, the back side of that tape is where the front of the post is going to sit. And this is the post that I had Rob and Daria set for me when they built their fence. I was about a foot and a half too far in. So that's on the fence side. Here's on the house side. I have to be 3 feet away from that box. And where it's resting now would be about 2 feet, and that's a violation of code, so I'm having to move it to here. So same situation. Backside of this tape is 3 feet and an inch and a half or so away from that box. So should be fun, I guess. Here's my posts. So the blue tape, the top of the blue tape is as deep as they need to go. Buried all that in concrete. And the same with this one here. This is a corner post a friend of ours had. And it's a different type of fencing than what we've got and what we're using, so I'm going to bury those holes in the concrete, and one of these holes, it's a corner post, so one of these holes will be facing the backyard, but that's no big deal. I didn't have to pay for it, so. And here's our fence panels. They were laying down on the grass because of the windstorms that we had earlier in the week. I didn't want them blowing into the neighbors, so they're a little dirty. I had them, that's what I spent last weekend doing, was cleaning them up, because they were laying right there in front of or next to that tree in the dirt, and so they were, and had been there for several years, so they were pretty nasty looking. But got them cleaned up as best I could. I'll wash them off again before I actually make the gates out of them, but for now they're all right. And so here's my concrete and my gate kits. So I had to have 2 gate kits to convert those panels into gates, and it comes with, I'm not 100% sure what all it comes with, but it comes with side pieces to frame it into a gate, and I believe it has the hinges and latches and stuff in there, and should be screws or attachment things to attach it all together. But anyway, under here, wrapped in tarp, is 4 80-pound bags of concrete, and I got those home. Well, they sat out overnight Saturday last weekend, and by the time I got home from church on Sunday, I didn't have enough time to set the posts before the rain was supposed to start, and I didn't want the posts to end up laying over concrete not setting up. If fast enough, so I didn't set the posts last weekend. So pulled them up here under the roof and wrapped them in tarp so I didn't end up with 80-pound concrete blocks from the rain getting to them. So anyway, time to uncover a bunch of stuff and start digging holes and see if I can get the posts set first thing this morning. And then while the concrete's drying, setting up, then I'll turn my attention to the fence panels and getting those converted to gates, and decide if I'm gonna use that post, if I'm gonna cut it off and use it as a false post, or if I'll just go with the gate look and whatever. I'll figure it out. But anyway, getting to work. All right, situation update. One down. It's planted, and it's reasonably level. It's reasonably level forward and back, and side to side, and up top. So, and there's quite a gap between the house and the post, but oh well. And is dug, the hole's dug. The hole is dug, and I'm getting ready to mix up some concrete and plant that one. And then these guys will be planted, and then I can turn my attention to building those gates, and wait till tomorrow to put them up. But I'll get them built today, I think. So all I have to do tomorrow is screw them on, because that's probably going to take better part of the afternoon to do that. Get them, make sure they're level and what have you. So I haven't cut the other post down yet. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that right now. I'm not going to do that today. I'll kind of wait to get these posts planted and see what the final distance between them is, which I need to do that anyway before I build those gates, because I'm going to have to, those gates are 6 feet, and the final distance between these posts is going to be less than that. So I'm going to have to monkey with the panels anyway. So I need to get these planted and let them set, and then measure what the final distance is and go from there. Fun times. Well, I got them planted. Now it's hydration time. And now it's time to start working on my puzzle skills. That's the hinge box down there. This is all components I need to turn one of those panels into a gate. I need a break first. Alright, well, kind of a change of plans. I'm gonna press pause on building the gates, because I need to make sure that I have an accurate understanding of what the opening is here between this post and that one. And I want to let the concrete have a day to dry and set up before I mess around with it too much. They're both staying solid as far as level, back and forth, up and down, front to back, you know. But I don't want to take those boards away right now. I'm going to let them set overnight. And so tomorrow afternoon after church, we'll come out and get an accurate measurement of the opening and go from there and build the gates from there. And we'll see if we can get them installed tomorrow, but we'll see. Well, it's Sunday afternoon, and I haven't updated you yet on the progress. So this is gate number 2 that I'm building. Just got this side piece on. I got one more to put on. I'll show you the one that I got built. Just looks like a gate panel, or a fence panel. It's finished off with 2 side pieces. So here's the posts. I haven't filled in the holes yet, but they're solid. Nice and solid and level. I dug this one out so I can get my Sawzall down there to cut it off, because I am going to need this piece. I thought the fence panels were going to be too long, and I was going to have to cut them down to make this gate work, but when I got to measuring and figuring, and it's not that way at all. I'm actually going to need that extra post in between the gate panels to fill in the gap. It's 13 feet from post face to post face, and I was thinking it was going to be less than that. So anyway, that's the update for now. I'm working on that, building that last gate, and then I'll go cut down that post, cut it out, and once I get that cut out, I'll fill in all the holes. I've got all the dirt and everything. I'll fill in all the holes and get the ground buttoned up, and at that point then I'll be ready to start hanging the gates on the posts and figuring out that center post, how I'm going to attach that to one gate. I'm going to attach it to one gate and make it a swing away post. And so I've still got some engineering to do and figuring on that, how to do that, but it's just a matter of finding the hardware. I think I'm going to use L brackets, or I think I have some of the brackets from when the fence, when I took those fence panels down. I'll see if I can find those, and if I can use those to attach that post to the one gate, one side of the gate. I'll use those. Otherwise, I'll need to pick up some L brackets or something from Lowe's and attach it. But anyway, forward progress. Okay, I'm getting close to being done for the day, but not quite. I still got to fill the holes in, I got this post cut out, and this opening is exactly 13 feet. From that face of that post to the face of this post, exactly 13 feet. And that is exactly 13 feet as it sits, with a little bit of mismatch and gaps in in here, a little room for adjustment in there. But that is essentially what it's going to look like. Obviously the center post will be shorter. It'll look similar to the outside posts, but with hard attaching it to one of these panels, which I'm kind of thinking it's going to be the panel that swings towards the fence. I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. That's a tomorrow, future Eric's question to answer. I'm not gonna get the gates hung today, I don't think. I'm gonna get the holes filled in, and we'll see how things are going after that. Maybe I will, but I got to figure out how to attach that center post. I want to do that before I start hanging anything, because I don't want to hang one gate and just have it flopping there in the wind. So I will probably figure that attachment, that center post attachment first, and then we'll start hanging them. Maybe tomorrow night after work we'll get out here and start getting them hung. So, all right. Well, here's an update. It's Saturday morning now. It's been a week, I think, since I started this video. And here's an update on the gate installation. Here's my center post that's going in today. Bryce helped me get the gate panels installed yesterday. And there's quite a gap over here. I've got some extra dirt. I'm going to try and fill it in a little bit so it's not quite as obvious when I'm done, but just because of the slope of the ground between the houses. But they're on. Now today I'm going to put this, we ran out of light last night, otherwise I'd have had the gate at least partially, I'd have had the center post partially installed, but I ran out of light and I needed to run to Lowe's and get a couple of things. So anyway, progress is made, almost done. I just need to get the center post attached to the fence side gate with some L brackets, and then the house side gate is I'm going to put the latch on, and it's going to be riding on one of the same cap that goes on the top. I put one on the bottom, and it's going to be the foot that it slides on, hopefully anyway, on the grass when I pull it back. At Lowe's last night I did see they have specific gate casters that are built, so I'm probably going to end up buying one of those for each of the gates to support them, because they're a little bit longer than the gate kit called for, so I want to get some support on the outside of the gates for the hinges, so that the hinges don't wear out prematurely or rip out of the posts, which they won't rip out of the posts because I've got wood inserts in there, so I don't think that's a concern. But the hinges wearing out prematurely is my concern. So anyway, back to work. Well, here we are. It's Monday evening after work, and the gate is done for the second time. So don't have anything securing it into the ground, the center post, yet.
and I was hoping that just, friction, I guess, would be sufficient to at least get it started. But that proved not to be the case. I got it finished Saturday morning, and I got out here about 9 o'clock Saturday morning, and all I had to do was install the latch. I just had to install the latch. I had to put the post on with the L brackets, and there's flat brackets on the other side. So I had to do that Saturday morning and put the latch on, and it took me an hour and a half. Got it done. And since I knew, it was kind of breezy, and so I decided I would leave the gates open until I got something to drive into the ground to kind of be the stop. And well, I braced it. I pushed them open and I braced them at the bottom with like a doorstop, a couple of pieces of 2x4 wedged in like a doorstop. Well, that wasn't strong enough. I should have got the cinder blocks out, because Jill and I were leaving a little after 11 to go to the protest. We went to the No Kings protest, and this gate, these hinges are 90-degree hinges, so they're as open or as closed as they're going to get. They open in, the gates do, but I came outside and this gate was open over here, and all the screws ripped out of the top hinge back here, and all but one on the bottom. So see, I've filled them with caulk today, and there's 2 more here. I had it quite a bit higher. The gate was quite a bit higher the first time. Well, about 1.5 inches higher. And I didn't really care for the way it looked, but I had already screwed them in and didn't want to change it. So anyway, filled the holes. I put wood in, put a couple of pieces of wood in here. It just catches this side. That's all I had. Just catches right here. These 2 screws and those 2 screws, plus there's screws on the inside here of the hinge. So those are all in wood now, which they weren't before. But so anyway, did that this evening. Got it put back on, and it's breezy, but I'm hoping I'm gonna leave it closed. I've got the center post braced, so it's not gonna move. I'm hoping the latch is on there good enough. There's no wood in it. It's kind of too late now, but I should have maybe put a strip of wood in there to secure the latch pin. But I had to move the latch pin up because it was way too low for where the latch itself is mounted. And I don't know. We'll see how that works. I found at Lowe's they've got gate casters, so I might get 2 of those. They're $30 a piece, but I might get 2 of those, 1 for each gate, and that'll support the outside of the gate all the time. So anyway, it's done finally for now, and I'm gonna get a pin. I had a thought to use a chunk of this 4x4 and slip it inside the center post, and I had to cut maybe 6 or 7 inches off the bottom of that post. And my thought was to plant that in the ground right there and use one of those 4x4 post sections as a pin, as a gate pin, to do what the cinder blocks are doing now. But in thinking about that, I changed my mind, because by doing that, there wouldn't be any, this center post would just be hanging out there on the hinges when well, now, or when it's closed, or when it's open. When it's open, this center post sits on these 2 4x4 blocks about 4 inches up, so it hangs. Puts a lot of stress on those hinges. So anyway, there we have it. We'll see how that works. So there's Floridatown 40 is me putting the gate up. Now I'm gonna go get my trailer and get it back here behind this gate, and the city can go spit. So anyway, I love you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. I miss you, and I will talk to you soon. I love you.